Hey Badgers, how are you doing? This is Oscar again, coming to you live from an undisclosed location here at KCC. We're excited to have you guys join us one more time for another episode of KCC Spins. Today, it's going to be a little bit different, a little bit more wild, kind of. We have a special guest that I'll introduce here in a minute, but we're also going to do something to settle some beef that I had with this person. So I'll let you know how this is going to happen. Anyway, so today we have Luis Salcedo, yes. The right way in Spanish. He is our assistant director of financial aid, and we're going to talk to him about some hot topics, which is money. Financial aid is a very hot topic. It's very hard to understand sometimes, and there's a lot of mystery or
misconceptions or misunderstandings.
Misconceptions. Yeah. So, anyways, we're gonna get to know him a little bit. We're gonna talk to him a little bit, but also, I have to admit, a few months ago, whenever you were watching this, me and this guy went at it at a hot wing contest, and he beat me. And I know it's hard to know if you watch the KCC social media. I've been winning for a few years now.
I'm still suffering the effects from it, to be honest, but it's okay. The title, the pictures on the wall, they're at that location that we went to, and it made it much more worth it. So
I think I'm a sore loser because, as you will be able to see when the camera changes here, but we got some wings, we got a bunch of hot sauces, and we're going to speak about some hot topics and eat hot wings. So excuse our mess maybe, or a little bit of smacking in our microphones, but it's going to be good. So Luis, why don't we start with you? Just telling us a little bit about you as a person, who you are, and then we'll just start with some soft things, and then we'll get into the wings and talk about some good topics.
Yeah, so like you mentioned, my name is Luis Salcedo. I'm a local here from, I wouldn't say Klamath Falls. I grew up in Doris, so in association with Klamath Falls,
California.
I can say I'm from California. Legally, I can say I'm from California. Thankfully, I graduated also from KCC in accounting. I practiced accounting in a different company that sold petroleum here in town, and then the opportunity came to come back to KCC as an employee, and kind of working myself up in terms of the department ladder per se. And thankfully now I'm their assistant director of financial aid. So. Dang. I think it's knowing Spanish and English has kind of helped me out, so I can deal with twice as many students.
Bilingual, it's key, man. So how long have you been working overall here at KCC?
The bad part is that as time goes on, my memory gets worse. So I think it's about 4 going on to 5 years. I want to say I officially started in the business office under the accounts payable department, and then transitioned over to financial aid. So I think it's been about 4 years in total.
So as a student and now as an employee here for about 5 years, what do you think of the growth and development of like KCC, the campus, and the programs and all that stuff?
It's been funny because even coming back as an employee, some of the buildings that are established here newly weren't here when I was coming to school. So it's inspiring to see, and we continue to expand along with sports or with some of the other facilities that are being established here on campus, and it's great to know that you're part of something bigger or that will continue to grow. So
for sure, man. So as I mentioned at the beginning, there's a lot of questions about financial aid, and as we go around like the area into high schools or we have events, it's always like I feel like that's the most like hardest questions that they ask because me myself, I don't work in that area, and a lot of the people don't work in that area, and then it's just understanding the ins and outs about financial aid. So I want to ask you some particular questions about that. I want to ask you for some of the advice that you have for that, because I'm sure parents, the podcast that we have here is really to give an insight about the college as KCC, but also like college in general. I think as parents or as someone that is looking for a college to go to, you want to like do a little bit of research. We hope that they do the research. They look at this podcast, go, I wonder what this is about. Mm-hmm. And they get to know a little bit more behind the scenes of what's happening and how many resources we have and how we can help students, and also like for parents to be able to like, okay, these guys, they care enough to be like, share some of that information with me. So we'll talk a little bit about that. So, but what I want to do is I want to talk and eat some of these wings, man. I'm not going to tell you guys where he beat me, because, they're not giving me any money or any
We're not
credit.
sponsored just
We're not
yet
getting
by this
sponsored for
location.
free. Yeah, if you want to be sponsored, look, you can put your name right here. Just get a hold of us. But it's like looks like a buffalo, but with wings or something like that. So you'll know where to find his picture somewhere in Portland by the airport. So, anyways, let's start with one. Which one do you think we should try, Luis?
Well, I think you have some interesting bottles there, but I think we shouldn't start off very basic. We should, kind of keep it up or turn it up right from the start. So I think like a level 5 would be good.
Like habanero, so just level 5, whatever camera angle it is. But we're gonna start with the level 5, and we're gonna pour some good sauce. So grab your wing, sir, and maybe we can have the cameramen zoom in so they know we're actually pouring sauce. We're not messing around and putting little dabs of it. Here you go, sir. Wherever that is. Oh, man, I can smell it already. It's like in my eyes.
Yeah, I'm already getting like traumatic flashbacks, like PTSD from the time at the undisclosed location. So we'll see how it goes.
So, anyways, now that we let the hot sauce simmer there for a little bit, Liz, what do you think is the number one mistake that people do when they're filling out the FAFSA?
Funny enough, I think it's related to students in this way. So there's dependent and independent students, and dependent students require parental information as well. So in most of those cases, the student completes their portion of the application, and then the parent portion is kind of left in limbo. They don't check in with their parents. The parents forget about completing the application that's related to them, and we don't unfortunately get it until both parts of the application is complete. So it's a lot of back and forth with the student, making sure that their portion along with their parent portion is complete so we can actually review the file and then continue the processing of it. So,
but what if I'm already 18? I'm a grown person.
Well, that's the funny part. You're technically still considered a dependent student until the age of 24, unless you're married, have kids, part of the military, with along some other criteria behind it. But that's also perhaps one of the bigger confusions as well. A lot of students think that once they're 18, they move out, they're independent, they're on their own, right? So, unfortunately for FAFSA, it's not matched to that year, unfortunately. So,
that's a good thing to know because some of these high schoolers, when we go around and try to talk about cases, like, well, I'm 18, I'm going to make my own choices. So technically, they still got to
they got whether they live with their parents or not, because we have a lot of students that come in like, well, I moved away 2 or 3 months ago and I'm living on my own. Why am I still dependent on my parents? Like, well, it's the guidelines of the federal or Department of Education. And if you want to get financial aid, we kind of have to abide by that. So
does it matter if like an 18-year-old is working and earning their own money? They still need their parents' income?
Both the students' tax information and the parents' tax information is required. So
that is good information. I think a lot of people get confused with the whole, well, I'm working and getting my own money, so why would I need my parents' income?
Yeah, I guess it's stuff that's not really expressed or advertised as much, unfortunately. Again, as a community, we're all under the belief that 18 is kind of the threshold mark, what breaks you from being a minor to an adult. Fair enough, I guess there's other things where you would have to be maybe 21 to be considered a full adult, right? But in terms of the guidelines as it stands now, it'd be 24.
Wow, okay. Well, that's good information to know. So while we do that, man, why don't we try this hot wing and see. It looked like they were well toasted. Let me move the mic a little bit so I don't get it dirty. Let's see. Oh, you smell the habanero? It's like... What happens when it goes around the wrong tube? If you had habanero sauce, let us know.
It's going to turn into like a... Oh, excuse me. It's going to turn into like some sort of ASMR type thing where they hear us eat, like those videos on YouTube. So I apologize for my disgruntled or gross chewing. I'm trying to minimize that as best I can. So
we also said we didn't want to have any water on set. And
no, water is an easy way out. We're tough. We're going to get through these questions. So,
yeah. All right, Luis. So next question before we try the next hot sauce. So that is one of the common errors on there. What would make a student... So a lot of students, they get confused because they get it like a saying, here's what you're eligible for. Mm-hmm. What does that really mean to the students? Because I have students say, "Oh, I'm eligible for, I don't know, $7,300 or $7,900," and they get confused. From my understanding, that's kind of through the whole school year, right?
Yeah, at the end of the application, when it's fully submitted of sorts, and even after the fact, students can review this on their account. It's a code called the SAI, which means Student Aid Index. Okay. Interestingly enough, or not interestingly enough, I should say, but the lower the number, the more financial aid you'll end up getting, basically. Funny enough, the lowest number you can possibly get, for whatever reason, is negative 1,500. Why is it not just zero? I don't know, but it is
negative 1,500.
Negative 1,500. Why did they choose that? Not sure. But like you mentioned, apart with that, that code basically determines or gives you a summary of what to expect. And as you mentioned, there's sometimes confusion that they see a certain amount that's described and they think it's just for one term.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, it's not. We have to get that total amount and divide it between 3 terms, possibly even 4 terms, depending if it's a grant or a student loan. So what also impacts the amount of financial aid a student gets is their credits. So they may see the amount after the summary of the financial aid application, but if...
My mouth is burning, bro.
Yeah, I'm trying to zone in into the question
I'm
as
trying
it
to
tingles on my lips.
I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah, but the credits determine it too. So if a student's going full-time, they'll get to the fullest extent of their particular financial aid. If a student's going half-time, they will still get financial aid, just a bit less. Yeah. Even at times, if a student's going below half-time, they still may claim some form of financial aid as well. So,
Luis, so one thing that I it's hard that I see students sometimes, I don't know, mishandle their financial aid. They say, well, I need to be a full-time because I need all my financial aid. What is the extra financial aid, or if there's any extra on their package, what is it intended to be for? What would you recommend that a student uses that if they have extra on their financial aid after their tuition gets paid and stuff?
Well, what really puts a smile on my face of sorts is you have a bunch of students, not a bunch, or a particular set of students that mention that they're going to put into a savings account and they're going to get prepped for perhaps a future term that they don't know what the expenses may come across. Unfortunate, life happens of sorts. We might have a car breakdown. We might have some medical bills that might have to be paid. So just having a safety net or a safety cushion per se of funds kind of set for unexpected circumstances would be what I would intend it to be used for. We've had students that purchase scooters or just a method to get to actual school, right. Although we do offer transportation to get here to KCC, right? But to me, it'd be best if they were to save it. It's not, once they see the direct deposit hit related to the disbursement, they may think it's going on a shopping spree per se, right? And perhaps that's a lot more money than students are used to getting at that point, depending on their age. Right. So we try to describe to them that, yes, it is for living expenses of sorts, but they should think about it tactically and on the long term, in the bigger picture per se. So.
Yeah, no, that's true. Let's get the other wing set up.
Already. Wait, I'm letting it settle down a little bit.
Might as well get on to, what are we going to do, level 6?
Level 6.
The highest we got is level 7 today because we got Cholula and Sriracha and Tabasco, but I feel like at this point this is like ketchup now. So I think we're just going to go to level 6. Where is it at? Oh, there you go. Go ahead. So as you're pouring that and getting your wing ready and settling this out, man, we have some students that kind of get a little bit confused with the whole free money and loans, right? Mm-hmm. And sometimes they think this is all just free money. It's like, no, you're going to have to pay if you're getting loans.
Correct.
Tell me a little bit about the loan part versus grant money or versus, Pell Grant versus kind of the difference between that. 'Cause some students feel well, I'm going to accept everything so I can get a lot of money, but they don't realize that that's accepting loans as well.
Yes, so as you mentioned, grants are free federal aid. Even the state can provide grants as well. Oregon Promise, Oregon Opportunity are big ones that come to mind, or the tribal grant as well. In theory, again, those are funds that derive from the federal government and the state that are used to help you kind of fund for school, basically. It's beneficial for the students. Like you said, grants equals, in a sense, free money, although there could be other circumstances where it could kind of change in that manner. Student loans, basically if you had a credit card or a mortgage or you have a car payment of sorts, it's money that you get now, but it's intended to be, you have to pay back eventually at a later point. So Thankfully, the Department of Ed's guidelines, you do get a grace period of 6 months. So coming here to KCC, if a student completes their associate's degree, they have a 6 month window basically to kind of reset themselves, find a job before the payments are requested to be paid back. Obviously, if a student is still going to school, whether associate's program or a bachelor's program, they won't be required to be paid back. But again, once your program
While
is
you're
done,
attending school, you don't necessarily have to pay back.
we've had students decide to pay it back.
Yeah.
And more power to them. Again, get rid of the bill, the sooner the better. But they won't come hounding you per se.
What if you drop out? What if I just don't want to do school no more, but I already went like a year and I borrowed all my loans?
You
I
may
have to
think
pay that back, right? Because
Sorry,
I already paid it. You good?
You may believe that. Sorry. That just because you dropped out, you didn't finish school, that you're rid of that responsibility, but it sticks with you because it's on your account. So regardless if you drop out or not, once those 6 months expire, they will reach out to you or your references on your master promissory note and then request
Start
payment.
collecting the debt. Dang. So, whew.
It is a useful tool. Trust me. There's
Right.
students that are not currently working that are coming here full time,
For sure.
and the money is intended to help them pay for school or living expenses,
Gas,
rent,
childcare, yeah.
etc. So it's just you're taking on the accessibility now for a future responsibility that will have to be paid back, basically.
And they
so
will come find you.
one way or another. If anyone can find you, it's probably the government. So they will find you.
All right, let's try this level 6, man. Since we're only going to go to the highest we got today is 7, so.
No, yeah, I feel it.
So far, so good.
Again, flashbacks, PTSD, it's the sweats. But it's okay. All for KCC.
All for students, man. I keep
All for
forgetting.
students, exactly.
Trying to chew on front of the mic. It's kind of gross. Whoa. My phone's talking.
This happens. It's okay. It's the government that hurt us when we mentioned about the whole master promissory, so it's okay.
So.
Yeah, see, it's not that funny no more. I couldn't talk, but he
this
ha
one,
ha.
this one has a little bit of a delay effect on there. I should probably check my phone's not calling someone because that'd be weird. Sorry about that. Anyways,
No.
So, Oregon Promise.
Yep.
How does that work? How do people apply? What does it cover? Oh, that one's got a kick. Woo. Yeah. Tell me about Oregon Promise.
While you resettle back from the hot wing. Yeah, so you do have to be a resident of Oregon for 12 months previous to applying for Oregon Promise. You do have to graduate from an Oregon school or like a GED program through Oregon as well.
Okay.
It helps fund 90 credits of schooling. It is very strict though. So for students that for some reason do miss a term or don't take advantage of it, the first initial term they have to go to, it's gone. So it's very critical. Students apply for it, even if they may not have an intention to come to KCC, but at least the funding is there. Their ticket for the Oregon Promise is there. Funny enough, we actually have students that complete their associate's degree before even coming to KCC, been pursuing their second degree. And funny enough, their Oregon Promise at that point is also, it's done. So they use their 90 credits of.
That's what I was going to ask you. So if a student comes in with like 25, 30 credits already, right? That's already eating into the 90 credits that Oregon Promise covers, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so it's kind of being strategic about what we want to do.
It's rare the case that happens, but there's some students that really do go above and beyond and are really after it. And, that's thankfully, I guess, they do complete their degree earlier coming out of high school, but they could have an unintended aftermath, basically. So
Yeah, no, that makes sense. So in your experience, if you could sit with every senior in high school, what would be your number one advice that you would give them? Overall, not just like the FAFSA or Oregon Promise, but overall, like in financial aid, what would be something you're like, man, or even maybe yourself, like if I would have known this now, when I was a senior in high school, I would have done this. What would that be?
You're asking for one, but I'm going to split it into two if that's okay.
Sounds good.
One is always apply for everything. Deadlines are a thing, and once a deadline's passed, there's sometimes minimal stuff that we can do to probably possibly help in that situation. So whether you're on the fence of going to college, not even KCC, I guess in general, but just as a whole, just apply. Put your ticket into the bucket, knowing that your grants will be set there, knowing that you'll have an opportunity to receive those funds. And an association with that would be just apply for any scholarship possible. We've gone to multiple work conferences that there's companies out there like, hey, are you not telling your students to apply for a scholarship? We have all this money, yet we have no applicants. So the money's out there. It's just you need to, I guess, put in the effort per se. A lot of students get scared about the whole essay prompts of sorts. Yeah. But to me, that's not an excuse. If all you have to do is write an essay, you get $5,000 worth of a scholarship to go to school.
Dang. that's
a $5,000 scholarship you're completing. So I mean, it's a no-brainer at that point.
So what is? Oh yeah, let's get the last one then.
I was letting it
my
settle
tongue is
out.
already burning. I'm just like, let's go.
That one looks good.
I'm trying to find the one that has the less meat, so I can just put a little bit. Some of these bottles come out pretty hot, like a lot.
It serves. I appreciate this too, by the way. Since I haven't had lunch, it serves as my lunch and the interview, so it's a 2-for-1.
Oh my gosh, man. So one thing I was gonna say. So we are. Where is there, or where can people go to find out more, like to get more access? Like you said, apply for every scholarship. Where are those at? Like someone that that this is their child's first time going to college or their first child. Where would a parent start by looking for scholarships?
Well, I guess in conjunction, similar to the Oregon Promise, the same website where you do the Oregon Promise has like a separate section of it basically that helps you apply for scholarships, and it's called the OSAC website.
OSAC,
OSAC, OSAC website, and it's a state derived from the state itself. It's not a state; it's a website derived from the state that helps you look for scholarships. Our own website at KCC, if you go to the search bar and type in scholarships, the first link will give you up to like 10 to 20 scholarship links that we recommend. That's not fraud based. That's we basically encourage students that, hey, these are the ones that you should apply for. And we technically offer our own scholarship, the KCC Foundation Scholarship. Mm-hmm. So we have a variety of options there on the link itself, on the website. And then with nowadays, with I guess AI or being such a tool itself, students can really use that as a method to search up criteria for the scholarships related to their own degree. So if they're going into accounting, you can use AI for sorts. Hey, can you find me scholarships for an accounting degree?
Oh, okay.
If you're going into one of our, I guess, medical programs as well, you can use AI as well to help you search the web for certified or credentialed scholarships that would help pay for school as well.
Interesting how you use AI as a tool. I read about how golfing for women is one of the most unspent scholarships because a lot of women apply, and obviously the sport for golf is it's been around for a long time, but in women in particular. They said that there's a really high chance if you're pretty decent golfer and want to go to university, like those scholarships are out there.
Funny enough, you kind of mentioned that in one of the conferences that I went to. It sticks to mind that there was an attendee that mentioned there was a scholarship based off your interest or enthusiasm behind like Star Wars. So there's like scholarships if you love Star Wars, Star Trek, for anything imaginable. There's money out there. It's just finding the resources or like just the intent or energy to complete those applications. It may be hard, but you can really use one essay and branch it off to multiple scholarships itself. So people may think you have to write 20 essays. And no, and it's just finding the foundation for it, and you kind of derive the rest from there. So
that's good. All right, well, let's try this one. Go to the last question. Oh, well, okay, go right in it. I feel myself sweating a little bit.
I don't think that was as bad as the other ones.
I think the habanero kind of set the tone. I think we probably went backwards.
They must have mislabeled the hot sauces. So,
oh man. So, what can a parent do to get ready to help their student fill out their FAFSA?
Oh gosh,
catch my breath.
You're fine. I guess ask for help or just be more used to navigating certain tools like emails or texts. I know I think that's become so ingrained within society as a whole, but we've had hurdles where there may be parents that are not super tech savvy, and unfortunate part of the application is they do send a verification code via email or text. So it's just, I guess for parents in general, don't be afraid to ask questions. Like our intention is to help. We're not here to scare anybody off. We want to make sure that the students get their due money for financial aid. And just, I guess, ask questions per se is always, like, even as a student, what they always tell us to do.
Get their tax stuff ready, or
oh right, yeah. So luckily enough, the application itself has a feature to where it should automatically download their tax information. I think I'm pretty sure that's why the Department of Ed does it. They use 2 years previous to the current academic year. So going into our current year, we would look 2 years previous, and that's the tax information that they would use. Okay. Whether parents did taxes or not. There's also a confusion that if they didn't do taxes, they won't get financial aid. That's not the case. They just want to know what your household income was. During a certain amount of time. So
yes.
No, it used to be to where it was more manually based, but as the years progress, like, they're trying to make it more intuitive, more efficient, more easier for the user itself too. So
for KCC, they can go to KCC or
www.klamath.cc.edu.
.edu.
The spice is getting to him. He's forgetting his own website.
Put the scholarship in there and then like apply for scholarship.
Yep.
Okay, if a parent or student needs help, can they come see you guys?
They come see us.
Where are you guys at?
Mondays it's 8 a.m. to noon. Wednesdays it's 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. And then Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays it's 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. We would like to be open 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. every day, but there's just some back-end documentation and processing that we have to do. So
you're located in Building 9.
Located in Building 9, as far as I know now. We'll see.
For today. All right. Well, rapid fire real quick, man. Let's get to know Luis a little bit.
Okay.
All right. So what is your favorite pump-up song?
Oh.
English and Spanish, or Spanish, doesn't matter. It's whatever pumps you up. Artist or name of the song?
Artist, it's going to sound funny because it's in Spanish, but I guess like Luis R. Conriquez or De Oro. He does a lot of like EDM or...
De Oro, yeah. He's good, yeah.
He's pretty good.
When you're sad or having a bad day, what's your comfort food to eat, man?
Comfort food to eat.
Or you're stressed out.
Ooh. Oh, chilaquiles. I could have chilaquiles
all the time.
Breakfast, lunch, dinner, sad, happy, mad.
Love it.
At all times.
You look like you work out. What's your least favorite workout? What's the one you love the most?
Least would probably have to be bench, funny enough. A lot of gym bros think that bench is like top workout. I could care less about that. Squats. Squats is where it's at. I know I need my legs to walk and run around and stuff, so I got to take care of my legs. So legs is where it's at.
I love it.
Yeah.
I see you teach some classes, man.
Yeah.
As a side plug in.
Yeah, I'm like a part-time group fitness instructor on the side, and
as we're eating wings.
It's kind of a balance, right? I get to splurge on some calories here while I have to burn them off later. So yeah.
What kind of classes do you teach, man?
It's a full body HIIT cardio style. I've also done like spin courses. People tell me to do Pilates, but I'm not sure if I can kind of cross that bridge just yet. I need more training on that before I can actually teach Pilates. But I've done yoga too.
Really?
I probably need more yoga than I probably teach, but that's besides the point. So.
Luis is full of surprises. Last thing, man, I saw a video of you on social media dancing around. Is that like a hobby? Is that a fun thing? Is that a thing? I mean,
I had hot wings, and I was just trying to dance it off. I was trying to dance off the sweat.
For those of you watching, he's a very handy man, and just like everyone, we're humans. We work in professional environment at the college, but we have lives and we got other things. I mean, I have a side hustle myself, but Luis, what's your side hustle? What's your fun thing on the weekends? My company or business, what you want to call it, I call it El Amigo Luis. It's I guess your friend Luis.
Your friend Luis, the neighborhood Luis, or their friend. I guess it's a friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, but it's your friendly neighborhood Luis. We focus on landscaping, or I focus on landscaping, or probably just any other handyman work that you may need done. Yeah. Especially nowadays where the economy is fluctuating or it's hard. Just try to offer my services to the best price.
That's cool.
To help out the community or people that need the help. So
find you on Facebook.
Find me on Facebook. I don't have a particular side Facebook for it just yet because I didn't expect it to pop off, but it's going a lot better than expected. So just follow Luis Salcedo on Facebook. I don't really have any other social medias per se, so just there, and I'll make sure you get your services done.
Cool. Well, Luis, thank you for stopping by today, man.
Thanks for the opportunity.
I'm glad you did the little wing with us. I mean,
I'll
starting to look like you're sweating.
I'll probably regret it later, but again, at the moment, it's been a fun experience.
You get some ice cream on your way out or something.
I know, at the very least.
Yeah, but anyways, thank you guys for tuning in. Like I said, we wanted to talk about financial aid. It can be a very difficult and confusing thing to understand. So I appreciate Luis for coming by.
Thanks so much.
You guys can find his information on the KCC website. You can come into Building 9. He's bilingual, so obviously we can help with any other situation. So, there's people that are ready to help. So don't let financial aid scare you or be something that stops you from coming to college. I think you would say that more than ever, college is doable now.
Yes, and as you mentioned, this was kind of more like of a summary thing of financial aid. So if there's questions that we might have not touched on during this, by all means, reach out to us. The worst thing you can do is not ask. So
for sure.
We're here to be your support system, your tools to success, and to make college that much more accessible to you. So
yeah. Well, I think my tongue is numb, so I can't really speak anymore. So we're going to have to cut it right here. And thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll catch you on the next time.